مين purple مين brown؟ Purple. Purple affirmative. The affirmative team that is distracting. That's the affirmative team. The negative team is not distracting. All right? Sorry? So you're affirmative. Okay.
They wrote brown affirmative and purple.
So you're affirmative, not negative. Okay. So purple is affirmative. We can moderate. All right, good afternoon, guys. The audience, good afternoon. I need complete silence, guys. You're here to watch the debate, not to talk. All right? Okay, today we have a very distinguished debate between two classes, 9 purple and 9 brown. The question today is, are we distracted by technology? Now, with the advent of technology in the 21st century, everyone is using it. So, and it has been very prevalent in our lives, in our homes, in school, and work, everywhere we go. Now, this is an essential question because we need to know whether it's really distracting us or is something else in terms of technology. Now, the affirmative team today is 9 purple. They claim that, yes, technology distracts us in our everyday life, in the work, in our studies. The other team argue that technology is not a distracting tool in our everyday life. Just like to point out the rounds that you have for today's debate. You have 4 rounds. We're going to start with the opening statement with the affirmative team, followed by an opening statement from the negative team, then followed by main arguments from each one of you, and then we're going to have a cross-examination from each team. You're not allowed to speak to each other. You're not allowed to respond to the team without permission. Okay? Do you have any questions before I start the debate? All right, let's start. The affirmative team, please start with the opening statement.
Testing.
Go ahead.
Every day, we are using our smartphones and computers to entertain us. Whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, or even YouTube, we all come up with the same answer. It is distracting us from our real lives. Every day, I see people constantly looking at their phones, and I can see their eyes as if they are out of sleep. I see people isolating themselves, playing video games instead of going out and getting some fresh air and sunlight. Technology has been affecting us for years now, and it has been affecting us socially with our schoolwork and our health. We will talk about all these today. Thank you.
Thank you, the affirmative team. The negative team, please. Opening statement.
Today, with the assistance of my companions, we will show you that technology doesn't waste time nor distract us. Our opposing team believe that it does, but we strongly believe that it doesn't. Not only us, but millions of people around the world believe the same thing we believe in. We also think that technology is something vital in our lives, just like water. It is something that assists our life needs. Most people think that it wastes time, it wastes our lives, but if you think about it, we wouldn't be here with the current furtherance in technology. Something else we must keep in mind is that we humans have the hunger to learn new stuff, and technology helps us with that. We strongly believe that learning new stuff is not a waste of time, do you? One of the biggest arguments against technology is its sometimes ridiculously high cost, which limits its usage and places it out of reach of many people. but it is an undeniable fact that technology has helped us make tasks easier. And it has also made the world such a smaller place. Costs of production have fallen. Networking have become easier. Employments have risen in some cases. We have certainly become more efficient at many complex tasks and processes. Also, if you think of it, technology has helped people in enhancing some of their vocabulary and basic knowledge. Technology is a great deal of help in medicine and technological advancements. It has brought in our what is shaping the modern world of medicine. Perhaps the single biggest benefit of advancing technology has been the healthcare sector. Technology has evidently affected healthcare, and when we think of technology, we should not just consider smartphones and tablets. We must consider some of the basic equipment in a hospital that it can't run without. Something else is education or scholar use. Technology has opened schools and universities worldwide into a new and modernized learning environment. Using smartphones, for instance, smart boards, for instance, which our school uses, or online subjects like Moodle. Technology is innocently being used in many aspects. However, those who misuse and waste valuable time wandering about websites, surfing them, and permanently flushing hours of their lives down an unending well of who are destroyed, who destroyed the reputation of technology and formed a feeble and disconstructing reputation for technology.
Okay, thank you, negative team. The affirmative team, do you have the, you're going to start with your main arguments? Okay.
Social isolation is characterized by a lack of social contact with each other in normal daily living, such as the workplace with friends and in social activities. We isolate ourselves by walking around in our little world, listening to our iPods, or staring at the screen of the latest mobile device, even when we are around other people. Studies have shown that people who are socially isolated will live shorter lives. The use of online social media outlets causes us to meet face to face with much less frequency, resulting in lack of much needed social skills. We lose the ability to read body language and social cues in other people. Therefore, technology is distracting us from our social lives.
In a study conducted
You can sit down if you want to.
by Dr. Larry Rosen, a physiology professor at California State University Dominguez Hill, did a study where she surveyed high school students and asked them how often they switch from studying to do something related to technology. Across all grade levels, 80% of the students reported that they switched between studying and technology very often. If a student is focused when doing their homework, they actually retain more of the information when it comes time to take the test on the same subject matter. If student does her or his homework while multitasking, that will result in less information being retained and therefore more time will be required for test preparation in order to achieve the same result. According to an article by Annie Murphy Paul, research has shown that there are various negative outcomes that result from students multitasking while doing homework. Paul describes the top three negative outcomes. First, the assignment takes longer to complete because of the time spent on distracting activities and because upon returning to the assignment, the student has to refamiliarize himself with the materials. Second, the mental fatigue caused by repeatedly dropping and picking up a mental thread leads to more mistakes. Third, students' subsequent memory of what they were working on will be impaired, with their attention is divided. Paul explains. The moment of encoding information is what matters most for retention. And dozens of laboratory studies have demonstrated that when our attention is divided during encoding, we remember that piece of information less well or not at all. Therefore, technology is distracting us from our schoolwork.
Every day we sit down for hours on WhatsApp. While sitting down too much can cause major health problems. Even people who work out regularly are still at an increased risk for a frightening list of conditions, including obesity, diabetes, heart attack, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and even cancer, when they spend most of their day seated. Researchers in the University of South Carolina study found a 64% greater chance of heart disease mortality within 21 years for men who sat 23 hours or more behind the TV screen compared to men who spent only 11 hours per week on those seated activities. Spending your life plugged into your iPod may make you feel like dancing in the streets, but it can take a toll on your ears. Earbuds use can cause hearing loss and tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. The sensitive hair cells in your inner ear can never grow back once they have been damaged. The National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders reports that about 15%, which is 26 million, of Americans between the age of 20 and 69 have a reduced capacity to hear high-frequency sounds because of exposure to loud sounds. A 2005-2006 study published in the Journal of the American Medicine in 2010 reported that 19.5% of American adolescents aged 12 to 19 suffered from hearing loss. That's a jump of 1/3 from the numbers reported in 1988 to 1994. Some of that increase may be attributable to earbud use. When you bend your head down, the head is no longer supported by the whole system of the vertebrae, but only by the neck. This puts unnecessary strain on the neck muscles, and that can lead to pain, including tension headaches. Laptops create especially poor posture for the neck, as users tend to hunch down to look at them. Holding your cell phone between your neck and your shoulder may be a cheap hands-free option, but it also puts your neck in an unhealthy position. Even texting usually involves a lot of hanging your head over your phone. Therefore, technology is distracting us from our health issues.
Any more arguments? Okay, let's move on to the negative team.
In my opinion, technology is not a waste of time. Without technology, we couldn't be able to reach our families who live far away from us in different countries. If technology is a waste of time, so why does the school provide us with websites for submitting homework online? If technology is a waste of time, so why do the school provide us with 2 computer sessions per week? If technology was a waste of time, why do each and every one of you own a smartphone? If you think that technology is a waste of time, so that means communicating with your family, submitting online assessments, and having 2 computer sessions per week is a waste of time. And as my friend Ahmed has mentioned earlier, that technology does not waste your time, but you waste your time using technology. Thank you.
Technology gives us an easy access for many useful things like websites, social media, and many others. Social media allows people to give expression to their lives in new ways, communicate with others, especially people they love and admire, and to communicate with brands, which means that shopping became easier because of the development of technology. Also, technology helps us to perform our daily life duties. For example, if a doctor wants to make a research about a specific disease, he would take weeks to finish it without using technology. If he used it, he will finish it in a couple of days. Another example, we had an iSearch assignment before a week. Without using technology, it will take so long to do it. But I'm sure that everyone used technology, internet, laptops, which are forms of technology, to accomplish it. Also, technology is enhancing learning dramatically in many ways. One of them that many universities use what is called distant learning. Distant learning is a process in which the lecturer explains the lecture in a place and the student received it in his home and watching it. This one of these benefits, it doesn't oblige the students who don't live in the same place or even the city of the university to travel long distances. And it also benefits paralyzed people because they can't go to universities. The development of technology brought a new concept in education, which is called edutainment. Edutainment, which is a mixture between education and entertainment. Edutainment has many benefits, like it keeps kids engaged while learning. As many parents and educators know, keeping the attention of kids sometimes can be a challenge. By providing kids with a short edutainment course, 10 minutes or less, it can provide them more information than normal course do. Added the content of curriculums. Imagine how excited kids would be to do their homework if it involved watching an episode of edutainment content every week. The video content would be used as equivalents to additional readings.
First, I would like to say that general technology is not that general technology impacts us in great ways. My evidence and information will back up my knowledge and everyone else's knowledge about technology in general impact us in great ways. Let's start with who invented different types of technology. Well, first, we have the fire extinguisher. Yes, that is technology. This is what's invented in the 1960s. In 1961, Alicia Gravis Otis invented the elevator. In 1868, Christopher Latham invented the classic typewriter and the keyboard we use now. There are hundreds of inventions for different types of technology. Technology is not only internet and social media. Technology can also mean fridges and ovens and things that help us in daily lives. Look at these inventors. Did they waste their time? Did they waste their time trying to invent these inventions of technology? Now they use the time wisely. They use their time wisely, or in other words, time management, to create the devices and inventions for the future so we could develop, learn, and increase our knowledge faster. They put their energy and hard work for these inventions. Tech requires knowledge, human knowledge. Of course, this is what technology is about, increasing our general knowledge on things. People are the ones who misuse technology and waste their time using technology, not technology wasting their time. Technology is only a word, not an effect or action. Secondly, technology has a lot of positive effects on us, such as distance learning and online courses and online schools. Technology can't be escaped or taken away from us or thrown in the garbage. No, technology is used for manufacturing, architecture, and health. Everything in the world requires technology. Every second in our life requires technology, whether it's a lot or a little, you still use it. Every day we use about 45 to 1 hour, 1 or more hours using technology. Every year, technology increases on us dramatically. Thirdly, we should be creating more technology than just trying to limit it. As a student and creative minds, we could use our young minds to create technology than trying to throw it away. Introducing robotics into technology can be big. Introducing the fact that robotics is used for replacing a lot of arms and legs. Many veterans get these metal robotic arms and legs after war if they lose an arm or leg. Robotics increases technology in cars and buildings. Relying on technology heavily every day is a fact. The new revolution is tech. We live it, we breathe it, and we use it. We use it for communicating, scheduling, or planning ahead, and the doctors use it to make appointments in the future. Fourthly, jobs are made efficient with technology, and social media can be a great effect on us as well. Now, there is one main large factor we should all look out for: time management. Be careful with time management. There has to be a balance. We could also learn by technology, such as the behavior and the way we interact with it. Now I want you to ask yourself, are you spending the right amount of time using technology?
All right, thank you, negative team. Do you have any more arguments? Okay, thank you. We move on to the positive team. Do you have any? This is the chance for you to add more arguments and rebuttals. Okay.
You said that parents can help children use edutainment, correct? No?
Excuse me, but the title clearly says, "Are we distracted by technology?" We're not arguing whether technology is good or bad. Whether it's good or bad, we're arguing about the distraction caused by technology. So I find no relation in whatever you're reading.
Also, you said that technology can help us with online courses and online, like the Moodle here, correct? Well, according to Mr. Bilal here, he said several months back to all of grade 9 due to them not finishing their assignments on Moodle and that they were getting zeros on it. I mean, I know Moodle's trying to help us, but what's the point if nobody's caring?
I'm sorry, but we didn't point out that technology is bad. Well, technology has credit to all scientific and historical advancements, but we only argue about the misuse, as you have said, misuse of humans to technology.
Also, one of you said that shopping became easier due to technology. Can you, how?
Anything else? No more arguments, no more rebuttals? All right, let's move on back to the negative team. Yes.
Would you say that parents can restrict their children from using technology too much? I'm asking you a question.
Again, what's the question?
I'm asking if the parents, if they can, I'm asking if parents can restrict, do you think it's good if parents restrict their children from using technology too much?
All right, are you done with the questioning? Are you done with the questioning?
I just wanted to say that parents sometimes they can tell children not to stop using their phones or something like that, but actually parents themselves are distracted by technology due to a survey done by AVG Technologies by 6,117 people, saying that when they asked the children, they said 54% of children felt parents check their devices too often. And when they surveyed the parents, they said 52% of parents agreed that they check their devices too frequently. And only 28% of parents felt their device use did not set a good example. I mean, if... do you understand now? Do you understand?
All right, thank you for the positive team. Negative team. Response, rebuttals, new arguments, please.
On the point you said about online shopping, there is many websites now use the shopping. They use stocks, they have storages, and they buy from them and they sell from them. Sorry. So now they can be easily shopping from your home, and your material can you can receive it after a day or two.
Does this apply to food as well?
Excuse me, not allowed to respond. It's their time to answer your questions and add more arguments. Okay?
Can I answer his question?
We didn't finish yet.
You can just jot down the answers, and they can do it in a different round. Okay?
Musab, I would like to answer your question about the parents. There's a limit to everything, and parents know the limit for their son. When they feel like he overdid it, they say, "Khalas, we can take it from you, and you're done playing." So there's a limit to everything. Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious that there's a limit to everything. So this is the response to the parents. There's a limit to everything. That's basically it.
Yes. Okay. What we can say?
Excuse me, can I have a silence in the audience, please? Silence in the audience, please.
Yes.
Also, I'd like to mention something. You mentioned earlier that people bend a lot when they're using technology. Is that correct? Okay. Okay. Also, don't you bend when you're reading a book or writing something? It's like you're bending like this. Isn't that true? Because basically, yes, that is also, you also bend when you're doing something. Okay, I also have another question. Why do you think they created social media in the first place? Isn't it to bring people together, not to make them further apart?
The question. Didn't you use technology to get evidences for this debate? From where you get the evidences? Of course, you're not a reliable source to get these evidences. Yeah. From where you get it?
Do you have any rebuttals of their argument? Anything to rebut their arguments or any new arguments? All right. Are you done?
Another question. If you assume that technology is a waste of time, why our school and any other school put in their schedule 2 computer periods a week?
All right. Now this is the chance to answer the questions, and this is going to be followed by a closing statement.
Yes, I see.
Okay.
First of all, I wanted to point out, you said that we hang down to our food, but you're not hanging down for like 10 hours, just 15 minutes. While you're in your phones, might take a minimum of 1 hour, so I don't find any relation. And second, you said that social medias were created. Social medias are a very good way to communicate, but that doesn't mean spending too much time and getting distracted by other things. And you've also said that we said that technology is a waste of time. I did mention that we are not against technology. We are not against that technology is a waste of time. It's making distraction for us. And basically, we are distracted by technology, parents, students. So the solution is not to cut off technology. It's just to limit your time on that. And third, all what we got here is from a reliable source, either from the internet or from our Mr. Bilal Dik.
You also said that parents can restrain their kids from using their phones or iPods. Well, a kid can take his phone back to his room and use it. Okay, second of all, social media. Due to social media, a lot of cyberbullying is happening right now due to technology.
You said that they created social media to help us communicate with each other. Yes, to bring us together. This includes, of course, Skype, right? I mean, we can, for example, we have a friend somewhere else in Canada. We can communicate with him using Skype, for an example. Yes, well, a case in point is a study by Carlos Ferrin and Stephanie Watts, published in September 2008 in Management Science. The evidence presented was suggesting that video conferencing may not be comparable to face-to-face meetings because it changes the nature of information processing by its users. In that sense, it does not substitute for face-to-face meetings. Consequently, simply thinking that video conferencing can be made to approach face-to-face meetings by improving the picture quality may not suffice. One needs to focus on reducing the intellectual burden imposed by video conferencing in order to make it approach face-to-face meetings.
Well, you said that buying or shopping on technology is better than real life. Well, many people will see the low prices on shopping websites, but they will not think they will directly buy without knowing if the website is reliable or not. So they may get hacked or something, and all their money will get lost. And second of all, you said like when we're reading, you will bend your neck or something. Well, you can sit like that. I will show you. Everything is all right. يعني خلاص.
Okay.
Plus shopping online. Like Black Friday, if there's an overload on a certain site, the site will crash and your money will be lost.
All right. Thank you for the response. I need the closing statement, please, from the Affirmative Team.
In conclusion, if we continue on this path, technology will continue distracting us forever. Our social lives, our education, our health. We need all these to survive, but if technology continues to move us away from these things, then we will fail. So please vote for us.
All right, thank you, the affirmative team. The negative team, do you have the chance to respond as well have the closing statement?
On the point that you said that the parent, the person who is distracted by technology, this depends on the person who chooses the path to be distracted or not. You can choose it. And also about the websites and the online shopping, the website created a reputation. Yani it's a reliable. It became reliable. Everyone now can buy, and it's a reliable source.
So I have a reply on the how social media distracts us. Anything is a distraction. Isn't football a distraction? Basketball distraction? Just saying that social media is one distraction or a waste of our time is one small factor out of the whole general technology.
You mentioned in the conclusion that the distractions of technology, damage our social life. We said that social media can make us communicate with others, so it builds up our social life.
About online shopping, there are also some websites that that you can depend on, and they receive money when they come to your home or when you receive the luggage or anything that you take or you buy.
لا لا لسه. Also, I would like to mention something about the Skype thing you mentioned, and that face to face, the thing that you mentioned, that the study. We didn't mention anything about face to face conversation. We're mentioning social media brings people together. I don't mean I can go shake my hand with you right now. It's not gonna make that big of a difference with if I saw you through a computer screen. It's not that big of a difference.
When you said the point about the parents and controlling their kids, the parents can control their kids. And you said that he take the phone and go his room and distracted with it. The parents can control him. In this case, the parents can't control the kid if he took it.
All right, thank you. Can we have the closing statement, please?
All in all, we end our debate by saying that technology is not a waste of time, and based on previous evidences that you've just listened to. The person chooses the path to take when using technology. When we think of technology, we should not just think of tablets, smartphones, PlayStations, etc. We should think of equipment that can be used in a school, like lighting, anything, projector. Even in a hospital, you can think of basic equipment that a hospital can't run without. This is something else. Also, transportation systems has become easier. That's something else. Finally, we conclude that technology is not a waste of time. Thus, it saves our time in a way or another. Thank you.
All right, thank you both teams. We're gonna allow us 2 minutes to calculate the scores, please. All right, we got the final results. One of the teams got 46 and the other got 50, so it's a very close approximation of the result. So as I said, it's a very close result. It's only 4 points. Brown, you got 50 points. Purple, you got 46. So congratulations, Brown. You're going to the semifinals. Okay? Excellent work, guys. Great work.